Check it out now. Check it out now. Check it out now. Check it out now. Come on out now. Check it out now. Check it out now.
Check it out.
Okay. Hi. Good morning or afternoon. Fuck. Good afternoon. Hi. How's it going? It's your boy, Akira Takahashi, aka H-kun. And today is a very special day because we're doing something that we have never done here before. We're doing a little interview. I'm gonna let the man speak for himself, but hold on, let me turn to this. His name is TheAllSeeingHat on Twitter, but you may know him as the guy who invented and patented Old Spice. That's right, it's Olary Spici-ous himself. Come on, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm the Old Spice guy. I came up with the name for that because I'm old and also spicy. So
let's go on over to the our little talk show room here. Here we go. Now, Mr. Olary Spici-ous, aside from coming up with the name because you're old and you're spicy, what originally inspired you? Like, what was the sort of aha moment for you kind of being like, oh man, this is rocks?
people fucking smell, dude.
So did you like grow up in like a town of just like smelly people in Ireland?
Yeah,
In
pretty
Ireland where you
much.
grew up? And what that must have been traumatizing. What was that like?
Um, it was pretty. It was a large. What do you call it? It was a good character
It was
growth
a good
time
character
for me.
arc.
Yeah, it was a good character arc. It helped me realize what I truly want to do in life, which is help people not smell horrid.
It's a very valiant effort. I'm in full support of this. And I've heard as well, you are on your way to starting your own brand of, or not, sorry, scratch that. Your I guess I almost called it a subgenre. Your sub brand of ones that are based off of snack foods such as Cheez-Its and Cheetos. You want to tell me a little more about that?
What the fuck are you talking about? I
You
never told you any of this.
you had it as like a little thing. Remember you and I, like, before the show, you're just like, listen, I want you to promote my new snack food line of Old Spice products.
I think yeah, I
Was I
I
giving
don't even
false
know how to
information?
respond to this.
I'll have to talk to my tech guys.
Yeah, I think they got the wrong guy, my
That
man.
sucks. That guy's going to jail. In all seriousness, though, on the side, besides being an art man extraordinaire,
Yes,
sorry,
which let's establish.
besides being a spice man extraordinaire, sorry, you have a side gig as an artist.
Yeah, a little bit of a side
Just a
gig,
little bit of a side gig. You do a little bit of drawing. You do a little
a little bit of
Crayola
trolling.
Crayola marker.
Yeah, I use Crayola markers and make abstract art out of them.
His parents' house is in shambles 'cause it's
Yes, it's a disaster.
It's
They
drawings.
cannot clean it up.
crayon drawings, and he left.
Yeah, when the crayon when it's too small, when it comes too
When it
small, I
goes to,
just
like, a
break it
stub.
and I break it in half and just throw it on the floor. And I be sure to throw them next to the heater so they melt into
You
the
get really
carpet.
frustrated. You're like,
Yeah.
you just snap it over your knee for dramatic effect.
Yes.
That's cool. Well, what kind of crayon projects have you been working on recently?
Um, Lately, I've been trying to make comics with a cool little bunch of fellows known
Oh.
as the Center of the Universe
Oh.
community. Because we are all part of a thing called an OCT.
Oh my goodness.
Which stands for Original Character Tournament. I almost forgot what it means.
oh Christ. To drawings.
Oh,
It's like and then a comma.
yeah. No, it's an apostrophe.
Oh yeah, sorry, I don't know
Apostrophe drawing.
Apostrophe drawing.
But anyway,
Sorry, tell me a little more.
what
about
happens is we have our original characters, all
Oh.
32 of it. There's 32 of us.
that. Oh.
And when the host takes 2 of our characters
Oh.
and he makes them fight, and then we each draw a comic of them fighting, and whoever makes the better comic wins and goes on to the next
It's like
round.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yes.
But cool.
And these are a more narrative focused type tournament, so there's an overarching narrative that's being developed.
Well, what is your character?
Mine is named MC Heartbeat.
Oh my goodness,
And
what does he do?
He's a rapper, and he
Wow.
he raps, and he manifests attacks that come out, and they do funny things. And someone
Oh.
has been doing the lyrics for that. I don't know who.
You're saying that like it's like I've been caught red-handed. Someone.
I'm not gonna call any names.
I'm not gonna make anybody in the class raise their hands, but well, let me get some.
And I run over to you and violently raise your hand.
Let me get some background music going real quick. I just realized we have no background music. Let me get some
Bro.
background music. I guess we'll just use the BGM I always use. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Yeah, it's true. I have been doing that. I was just about to say it's the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life, but it's not. It's been very fun. Thank you for letting me be a part of that. Hey, you guys.
I couldn't ask for a better man to help.
Oh, thanks, Olary. Yeah, everyone go check out. I linked his Twitter in the description. You should go check out his thing. We're heartbeats, and we're in the intermission stage right now. And then are we going to the losers bracket? I'm kind of
Yes, we are.
Cool. Yeah, so then go to the losers bracket next because we lost.
Yeah, because I lost the second round.
We lost to a man
the
named
second
Cervantes. He reads books at you really aggressively.
Yeah, he does. He's a loser, but
Yeah, he's a really cool loser. He's like the coolest loser I've ever met, though. Yeah.
But yeah, we're in the losers bracket now because we lost round 2, and so losers bracket round 1 has already happened, and we're gonna be in the next round.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already possibilities that I know who my opponent is next round, and we've been talking, so that'll be cool.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's Mr. KYD of Twitter fame.
Oh my goodness.
Of
I know him.
possessing the character Bell, aka the Heaven's Knight.
I know, kid. He gave me really good recommendations on music VSTs that I've been using a lot recently.
Oh yeah.
Kid's also, I don't know if he posts his music. I think he posted like N cover on Twitter, but he's a really good composer. He's pretty nifty. Oh, I'm gonna do something.
Is
real
he?
quick.
I thought he started recently.
I don't know. I just thought I saw something. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. Okay, good.
Yeah, I remember hearing some of his stuff and liking it a lot.
Legs? Listen, Matt, I was in the midst of creating this thing. I realized I don't have pants, and my free trial to Photoshop is out. Like, it ended right as I made this thumbnail, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. So it just made legs. Oh, Leary, have you looked at what I am?
There you go. I like it.
Do you like my little legs?
I like it a lot.
my lack of arms. Hold on, let me see if I can get some arms going.
Yeah. Yes.
I have some biceps from, I think I still have them from when I made the comedy hour video. Hopefully, I think they might be 2 left biceps though. Let me check.
What can you give me? Can you give me?
I can give you my heart.
Okay, do that.
What do you want?
Give me a heart next to
Oh, okay.
my little character.
Okay, it's not gonna be transparent. I only have the the icons from the the preloader. You know, I can give you a special souvenir. Hold on.
I won't see it for like 2 minutes
That's okay.
because I can't see the actual.
Hey Ray, welcome to
I
the
can only
stream.
watch it on YouTube.
Look, I can give you Akira Takahashi brand sunglasses. Look, now you two can be. They don't. I can't get them over one eye without it falling off your face.
Yeah.
You give your Akira Takahashi brand sunglasses.
Let's go.
I'll give you some merch to take home as a little souvenir.
I'll treasure them forever.
Thanks, babe. Hold on. I need to find.
They're upside down. I'm pretty sure.
What? No, that's impossible. I actually don't.
Oh wait, no, I'm lying.
Hold on. What else can I give you?
Give me a cool party hat.
A party hat.
That looks really cool.
It looks really sweet.
Can we have matching party hats?
Oh my god! Like actually.
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on. Let me look up party hats on the internet. Wait, let's do Minecraft party hats.
Yes.
I tell you a little story of Mr. Olary Spici-ous and myself. We were going to the gym one day, as we do, way back when, and his birthday was coming up, and he was just like, "Let's go buy Minecraft party hats," and so we did.
No, that's not what happened. I was like, okay, I want to buy one like shitty paper party hat for one joke, and we couldn't find any. And so the best we could find was like
Minecraft.
No, they weren't even Minecraft, technically. They were an off-brand, clearly trying to look like Minecraft.
If you
like
look at them too, it's like they look like weird
hats.
desert camo. Like it's like.
They do. But
yeah, and we wore those.
then, and so I bought those. They were like $5, so it was not worth the joke. Except it was in the end. In fact, do I have them still? Hold on.
I don't know. I remember asking about that. All these Minecraft party hats.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you still have-
I have them still.
Where have you been keeping them?
They're buried underneath. I have a bin of. This is not a joke. I have a bin of stuffed animals from like years and years ago in my room.
The crypt.
And I just threw them in there one day.
Okay, hold on. I have I think I found the exact one that we wore. I can't remember if this was actually on the thing, but it might have been.
I try to put it on myself.
Yeah. Okay.
The band might snap. Oh god.
Oh, you're talking about you talking about the real party hat? I was confused.
Yeah, I'm talking about the real party hat in the real life.
Real. All right, here's one. It's got like
my headphone cord isn't long enough for me to look in the mirror. Oh, there we go.
It's got like a Carl's Jr. star on it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, those are the ones.
Oh my god! Wait, really? Okay, I don't remember it having the star because in the picture of us posing in front of the mirror, it's not facing there. But yeah,
because you keep blocking.
We went out to work out, and I kept the hat on.
You kept the hat on, and I was so mad at you at first, and then like eventually our brains stopped processing that was a thing that. Like, I just stopped processing that he was wearing a Minecraft party hat.
We just kind of the three of it, because it was him, myself, and our other friend, and we all kind of collectively forgot I had it on. It wasn't very like, there wasn't a lot of resistance to it. It was. I mean, I wouldn't call it comfortable, but it's like, it wasn't.
Are you talking about from other people?
No, I'm just talking about how it felt when I wore it.
Oh, I see.
With, like,
yeah.
The string, like working out with your like head vibrating when you lift heavy weights.
Oh yeah.
My head didn't do that, but Okay, wait. There's mine.
Put one on yourself.
I know. I needed to get it.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to duplicate it, but I couldn't figure out how, so I just had to read. I have 2 hats now. Now I could censor the bad words.
What do you mean? Oh, I see.
Alludes. There was one more thing. Oh yeah, I need to find my biceps. Right.
Oh yeah.
This is just turning into like, let's make a collage, but I am alive.
Yes. Only you. Yeah.
I know you're just you've been turned to stone by. I was about to say Gorgonzola, but no, the Gorgon Medusa. The Goo Goo Googan. The Gorgonzola Medusa. A beast most foul. Maybe it's my downloads. Hold on, let me look up arm. Arm. Is this it? Here it is. Yeah, there's okay.
Can you flip it so it's like flip?
No,
one
it's
of
okay.
them
I have
so
one.
you-
I have one aiming once. Oh wait, maybe I don't. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. There. Yeah,
I
Mr.
can't see it yet.
Mr. Potato Head the stream. I haven't put them in yet. Ray
Yeah, it's Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, Ray. This is really what this is. Okay. I need to look at this. Okay, we're good. I'm just like, I'm constantly like scared the stream for some reason is gonna get obscured by the opening the folder thing. So
Yeah.
that can't happen. So it's good. Oh, okay. There's it's so beefy.
You can't see it.
It's just give it a sec.
With the legs, it's really just gonna look like Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. Hello there. I could share my screen too. I don't know why I haven't been doing that.
You could. That's a good
Let's do
idea.
that.
Though it might make the performance worse.
We're not. The only thing we're really running is OBS. Like if we were streaming a game, I think it would. I don't know if it. I mean, if the bitrate drops.
Yeah, that's true.
If the bitrate drops, it'll tell me and I can fix it. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I could choose what to stream though. I need a registered OBS as a game in my frickin'. Where do you go to register games as real again?
You could just not. It's fine.
Okay. If you're okay with that. Okay, what am I doing? Oh yeah. Do you see the bicep though? Should be there.
Yeah. Like it. It's coming out of like the not correct spot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I need it. Well, I also need to put it behind me because it's in front of me. So.
Okay.
Caillou was doing crafts, but he wasn't.
But he wasn't really.
Caillou was making a fucking mess. There's the other one. They're like different skin tones.
What?
The other arm.
Oh, I see.
This one is not a flex.
No, you were talking about Cailloux making a mess. Like there's multiple Cailloux of different
They're all
skin
different
tones?
skin tones. Yeah. So many Cailloux for everyone. That's what she said. Really? Wait, I don't even. It's been such a stream of consciousness, Ray. I don't even know what you're saying. That's what she said too.
You said that's what she said.
No, I know. I'm reading chat.
Cause
Cause Ray D's in here.
hello, Ray D.
Hello, Ray D. Okay, wait. I need to find which one the arms are. They're all just labeled as image and then a number, so I don't know which one is which. There. Okay. Do you see it?
I hate it.
I'm the coolest abomination known to man.
It's a ghoul. It's a ghoul arm.
When are we gonna watch We're Back, a Dinosaur Story? We talk about it so much, and by talk about it, I mean we just use it in place of titles for other stuff. I just feel like it's only natural. We should watch it.
We should watch it right now.
We should no.
Do a watch along.
Turn the stream into a We're Back, a Dinosaur Story watch along. I don't even know how we would do that. Where do you watch that? Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. Yeah.
Let me check if it's on Netflix.
Well, you wouldn't be able to stream that. Well, then again, you don't
People
in general.
can find the
with
good
watching.
Oh
in
god,
just about anything
it's playing.
but themselves.
It's playing my desktop audio, so it's playing the Netflix promos. Dinosaur. It's kind of an old. It's not an old movie, but it's like. Let's see, a lot of dinosaur movies. A dinosaur. Back and gone. Dennis the Menace. That's exactly what I wanted. Dinosaur. No, We're Back. A Dinosaur Story is not here. What a shame.
Oh.
Whatever shall we do now?
Oh god, yeah. What does the stream come to?
They have the Rugrats movie though. Oh yeah, they had Monster House. I forgot when we watched that one
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I'm baby. That's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's really, at certain points, off-putting to look at, but for the most part, it's a good movie.
Looks like We're Back, a Dinosaur Story is only on Amazon.com.
Rent it.
So let's not.
I'm gonna pay money. Wait, watch, I can make my hand wave. Hold on. I can't. Can I not rotate it? What? Hold on. Hello.
No.
I wish I could make it like. Wait, I'll just look at it like. Can you imagine if, like, you know those little canes that like pulled people off stage in like
Oh yeah.
and they like it's just a really long human arm.
And it grabs you really violently.
They would just they would find freaks who had like really long arms and just be like, you could be this. You could get a job off this. And this is what they do. Reminds me of have you watched what's it called? The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
No.
I've told you about it though before, right?
Maybe.
It's really good. So Maiko showed it to me. It's like 3-4 different stories, and it's like all takes place in the Wild West.
Yes.
And that's pretty much that. I mean, I don't know if they have a theme that like ties together or whatever, but it's just like I actually can't remember. Maybe there was a common theme in there. I just remember they were all good stories, but one of them was like there was like a deform. I can't remember if he was like deformed, if he was like short or like what. He had some sort of like deformity, but he was like in like a little traveling circus car and he was doing puppet shows or like either puppet shows or like a Shakespearean play. I don't know. It was really cool. I feel like you'd really like that. That's on Netflix. We could watch that next time we all hang out together.
Wow, bro.
Whoa. That's fun. What's your favorite childhood film?
Oh.
Or one of them. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Saying
you gotta say one
of,
not your favorite.
Is always like that's such a loaded, or not loaded, but like that's such a bad question.
Unfair
now.
question.
Yeah, because it's just like you can't choose one. Because we're indecisive.
It's hard to think.
It's me on a daily basis.
Yeah, just in general, it's hard to think, but it's also hard to think of that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's probably some Scooby-Doo movie.
Scooby movie.
I think it's the Scooby-Doo pirate one is one I remember well, and I think that's like one of the worst ones.
Where they go to the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I think so.
Really
yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of Scooby-Doo, there was this animated series I just saw recently. I think it was like a Spider-Man thing, because I was watching either Spider-Man or X-Men, but I was watching like there's this guy who does these compilations on YouTube, and it's of like the different superhero villains like through the years it's like they take like a Spider-Man villain or a Batman villain or whatever. It's like this is the different iterations of it throughout fiction, throughout like media. And I think like one of the people, like I could definitely tell the art style was like the same studio or like whatever that did Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that was just Warner Bros at the time though, because like that
movie, I know it had some Japanese animators or something on some level.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it looked like almost identical to Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I'm just like, oh, that's cool that they did that. But my favorite childhood movie, man, but probably Thomas and the Magic Railroad. I would go to Hollywood Video because we didn't have Blockbuster, and I would rent it like. It's funny because I'm pretty sure I would immediately rent it after I like returned it, probably like because just like it was probably like it was probably like 2 days later, but like I was a kid, so that felt like a year. So it's just like, yeah, I would just rent that constantly, and I would just like, there's the character. I'm pretty sure I might have told you about this. So you know how they have like little like hair clip things that you put like around hair rollers or whatever.
Like bobby pins?
No, not bobby pins. That's the thing. They're little. They have like it feels weird saying it has a hinge, but that's what it is. Little little hair clamp things.
Like a hair clip, like a
Kinda.
jaw hair clip.
Yeah. Hold on, like hair
Hold on.
clip. I'm gonna look up a picture of this on Google Image and put one on your guys' head. Like hair roller clip, hair roller.
Hold on. Is it one of these? I'll send it to you.
Damn.
Is it this?
It's a little smaller. It's not as wide.
Oh, yeah, but I get your idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
those are called jock clips, I think.
this is the specific one, and I'll real quick I'll put this in. Hold on, let me remove the background of it, but I'll put this on the table.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, let me remove the background of the stream so I can put this as the background.
That's a good idea, but it would be
Okay.
it would be really gross to look at because it's like
That's the point.
yeah, okay, let's do that.
No, it's not.
Okay. Okay, there. God, the next stream I have to do, I'm gonna have to clear out all of these extra file things. Okay, image. Wait, no, not add existing. I wanna stop. I don't know how to create. No. Let's actually name this one. Clippy. There we go. It's just the remove. Yeah, here it is. Anyway, it was these things. So I would take these, and I would hold them. So these, have I ever told you about our Lord and Savior? It looks so bad when you shrink it down like that. Because the way it removed the background, it removed some of the hair clip too. Because it's like it removed like a white background, but like the hair clips are white too. So
Oh no.
It just like, well, I guess
That doesn't look that
it
bad.
didn't really. But anyway, I would hold
Where are you gonna put them?
on the table. See.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would hold one above my head, and I would run around my house, and I would say Diesel 10 quotes.
Why? Oh, because he had the claw.
Because he had the big claw. He was my favorite character, so I would just run around my house,
Right.
and I would just go destroy. And my
I
dad,
like that.
the angel that he is, he would indulge me and quote back.
Aw, I like that.
Great. He fully supported my Diesel 10 obsession, and I couldn't have been more grateful. That reminds me of something I've been meaning to tell you. So, when I was a kid at the library, I got a text message. Oh, thank you. Oh, we had there were these weird brands of toy cars, and they would be like, I guess it was like so kids could play with them, but they were like, basically like, I don't know what material the interior was made out of, because it was almost like a stuffed animal, but it was a car, and it had like foam wheels, and it had like a foam
It was
body.
at the library?
Yeah, and it was like they had felt as the exterior.
Uh-huh.
And the wheels. Anyway, there was a train one, but I thought it was a fire truck. So I would take it and I would run down the aisles of the library screaming, "Fire! Fire! Fire!" to pretend it was a fire truck.
That's pretty. Honestly, I won't lie. That's pretty normal. That doesn't sound the most abnormal. It's funny though.
It just was like it's something that like got unearthed from my brain. Just like in the context of like not saying that I was a child, it would be crazy. I wonder how you would have reacted if I just wouldn't have put in the context of maybe like I did this.
Yeah,
recently.
you did that yesterday.
So I do that. I can't remember how many times I got away with it before I got in trouble. I think either the staff or my parents confronted me about it. Just like, listen, if you do that, people are gonna think there's a fire. And I was like, really? I didn't know. But that was a fun little thing. But yeah, Thomas the Magic Railroad. Probably my favorite childhood film. I'm trying to think of other ones that I like.
Yeah,
films that I watch.
There was I wouldn't call them my favorite, but we had like 2 VHSs that I would watch a lot. There was one that was like some bird documentary
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, like I watched that like 7 billion times.
Was it like David Attenborough?
I don't know. It's pretty old.
Who was the
may have
narrator?
been.
If there wasn't, was
I
it?
don't know.
Was it a guy
I
who's
do
like?
not
Oh,
remember.
okay. Because there's that.
It was so long ago. The only part I remember was there's like a part where there's like a bunch of baby birds,
Oh.
and there's like a tractor coming,
Oh no.
and like it kind of just the scene just ends before anything happens. But I think it's just implied that that's what happened.
They just got. Were they on like the ground?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I know.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Yeah, that was something I watched.
I
And
watched
there was
a bunch
also
of those.
there's also sorry,
Oh no, it's okay.
another VHS.
My
it's
brain
called-
thought you were gonna say another VTuber. Anyway, go on.
I genuinely tried to think of something to respond to that, and I could not. But anyway,
It's okay.
you know, Born Free.
That sounds really
the
familiar.
Lion.
What is it about?
It's about a lion, and they try to take care of it or something, and then at the end, I think it leaves or something. I can't remember.
Isn't this Free Willy, but it's a lion? It's literally
I don't know what Free Willy is.
It's about the orca. It's in SeaWorld, and like the kid is just like, no! And they drive it in a truck and put it in the ocean. Yeah.
But yeah, I watched that 7 million billion trillion times as a little kid, and I don't know why.
Because you liked it.
Yeah, but it's like why did that appeal to me? It seemed like a very adult type movie. Oh, you know what else? There's that Beatles movie Help, based on
What?
their song Help.
Oh, okay, the movie about the Beatles.
And in it, yeah, no, like the band the Beatles. In it, Ringo gets a ring stuck to his finger
And he goes.
that's like cursed. No, it's like a cursed ring, and he can't get it off, and wacky hijinks ensue at one
Wait,
point.
that's the plot of the movie?
Yeah, and at one point, they try to use a shrink ray on Ringo, so he'll shrink down, but
Ringo's
the ring
fingo.
won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Ringo's Fingo. His finger.
That's what they should have called it.
The Adventures of Ringo and his Fingo. Also, look at the stream again.
Oh, let's see. Oh no! Please! What did you do?
You say when?
Yeah, when?
Just now.
Oh.
I just wanted to add a little bit of spice. I'm like, what else could I fit in this freaking this place?
The energy of the stream has changed drastically. Anyway, let me talk more about Help. The Beatles Help.
Okay, I'm gonna get the entire Chuck E.
Cheese
Cheese band and put them in the background. You keep talking.
Okay. But yeah, they try to. So Ringo has a cursed ring stuck on his finger. And they try to. At one point, they try to use a shrink ray on him. So like he'll shrink down.
Yeah.
And it's all live action, by the way.
Okay. I did not know.
Yeah. And so like they're like, okay, he'll shrink down, but the ring won't. So, so like, he'll be really tiny. You can get out of the ring, but then it misses and it hits like Paul or something. I don't know.
No! So they just have tiny Paul.
Well, then he grows back at some point.
Good.
There's another part. Oh my god, there's like a part where there's like a tank and they're hiding in like hay bales or something.
There's like wait, why is the tank it pursuing them?
I don't know. I think so. I can't remember.
The Beatles stole
there's several groups after this ring, I'm pretty sure.
The Beatles stole the shrink ray technology.
They did.
That's why they're in trouble.
Well, they got some lady to help them. They're like, okay, we'll use the shrink ray on him. And then there's another part where like I think George like is like trapped in a room with a lion or like a tiger. And he has to whistle Beethoven's Ninth Symphony to get out or something.
Does a tiger like that?
Yeah, and it calms him down. And then I think that scene ends with like a really like explosive performance.
Whoa.
And like people cheering of that. At that, and then like it just goes on to the next scene. It was a very strange movie.
I didn't even know
my family.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they had several movies, but my family and I watched that like a bunch.
Sweet, dude. Wait, why is I want to put the clips behind Chuck E. Cheese. I was gonna make them behind us, but I realized that the chairs are like a single part of the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ray.
Put them on. No, put them on the table.
You can interview by.
Make them really small.
The only way to interview somebody is you have to put them at gunpoint. It's the fastest way.
Yes. Yeah, it's the most efficient way.
It's true.
We got stuff to do, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's put them on the table. I want to print this out and put it on my fridge later. And have like
show your parents.
Yeah, have me be like, you know those like little holographic like stickers or whatever, and you look like if you turn it, it like does like it's like a GIF pretty much, but it's like in sticker form.
Oh, right.
They don't really
Okay,
do them
yeah.
anymore, but just that. But it's my head going like just bobbing side to side because like I'm the only thing that's actually mobile in this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say the only movie I saw of the Beatles was the Yellow Submarine one.
Yeah.
I saw it once when I was young, and it scared me because of the scene of the Blue Meanies running up the stairs.
It's a strange movie.
Yeah, it's like they're all running, and I'm just like, I don't like that. And there was the glove. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Mikey could do a good impression of him. I mean, to be fair, all he says
The
is
glove had a face?
yeah, he has a face
I don't
and a
remember
mouth,
that.
and he would shoot at people and go ho ho ho. And Mikey can do
I
it.
saw like 2 minutes of that movie.
Yeah,
Strange.
Mikey did an impression of the guy where he goes, glove, smash him! And then he goes, and he blasts, he finger blasts, like one of them, or like one of the wizards. I think there's like 2 wizards in the movie, I think. Or I think I'm getting it confused with, freaking the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny because the Blue Meanies are in there.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, and I didn't know what they were, even though I'd already seen the Yellow Submarine movie by that point, but I'd forgotten. And I saw it again. And I actually saw the full thing. I can't remember when I watched it all the way through, but I can't remember where I was. I feel like I was in some sort of purgatory land because like I remember distinctly watching the movie, but not where I was when it happened.
I feel that.
And it was definitely the second time I saw it, because I was just like, oh, that's what they said. That's what they meant. And I remember there's a scene where they go into the Yellow Submarine, and they're like, so the movie, the plot isn't actually centered around the Beatles. It's some guys going to find the Beatles because I guess they can beat this like Blue Meanie problem by playing their cool music.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So they go to the Yellow Submarine where they're all at, and they go through different doors, and one of the doors is a train that almost hits them, and the other one is like one of the Beatles is like on a rock in this room that's also like the ocean, and he's meditating.
Oh.
That's all I remember. I wonder if I actually even watched the movie all the way through. I kind of want to watch that movie again now.
I want to watch it now.
Yeah, is that on Netflix?
I mean, we shouldn't do it on stream, but yeah. I don't know. I don't think it is.
I can't imagine it's on Netflix, but
People can find the good in just about any.
People.
Yellow. The Magic School Bus is on there. Magic School Bus is on the. It's on the place. Is this it?
I don't think psychedelics.
Yeah, no, it's a psychedelic documentary. Why did that come up when I looked up the yellow sub?
Because it's trying to find similar results.
Yeah, it's not what I was looking for. Midnight Gospel and Django Unchained, my favorite Beatles movie.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of another favorite childhood movie that I watched a bunch of. What about this? What's a movie that you think back to it and you realize that it inspired you?
Ooh.
Like inspires kind of what you make now.
In my early, like when I was really, really young, I think Scooby-Doo definitely did, because I thought all the characters and the villains looked cool. Like I think I used to draw so many pirate ships, and I bet I used the ones in that one Scooby-Doo movie.
I thought you were going to say I drew so many Scooby-Doos.
I actually didn't. You would think I would.
Yeah, well, I watched a lot of him too. The funny thing is,
I watched a lot of that feller.
a lot of that funny little guy. No, the thing is though, a lot of the stuff that I watched, I didn't actually watch it like At least early on, I didn't watch it in my own home. I watched it at my friend Jack's house.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have cable or like DVDs or whatever. And he had like a bunch of old Scooby-Doo. I mean, it was say like it's old now, but at the time it was like pretty current. I mean, it wasn't current Scooby-Doo because it wasn't like the 80s, but you know what I mean. It was the Scooby-Doo, the OG.
The Scooby-Doo.
It was the Scooby.
Scooby.
Scooby. Yeah, so it's just like I watched that. I think the movie that I think about, this is definitely not the movie that inspired like what my kind of what I make now, but it had sort of the theme that I like. And this doesn't really reflect the kind of work that I currently make with like my music and stuff, but it reflects the kind of thing I want to make in terms of if I were to make a soundtrack. And that was the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, the one where they got to go on the big adventure in the hot air balloons, you know?
Oh, like the 2D animated
There was
one?
the Nostalgia Critic video where they say, "Want to sing about it?" You know?
I don't remember that.
Anyway, that's that movie. Yeah, the 2D one. No, not the. Did you think I meant the live action movie?
That's the first thing my brain went to, because that's the only Alvin and the Chipmunks movie my brain had like
That makes so much
on file.
more sense on what your response was. I was just like, is it really that weird? Okay, go on. That's so much funnier. I did watch a review of that movie recently, and the CG was not as good as I remembered it looking.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of scary. But no, it was that one. It's just like my favorite sort of trope or like story or whatever. It's just like, and the Ed, Edd n Eddy movie actually did the same thing, where it's like you start out just sort of like normal, like stuff is boring, and then you get that call to adventure, and then you go into this like big journey. And it's like you're like it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's like this is like nothing that you've ever experienced in your life. It's crazy. There was one other thing I for some reason, like in the soundtrack I want to make that's like inspired me. It's just like there's a movie that did this, but it's like there's always just a scene in these kind of movies where they have like a scene where it's like they have to find somebody or they have to get information. So they go into like a nightclub or like a dance sort of place, and there's a chase scene in that thing. There's multiple animated movies specifically that have done that. And I for some reason I love that scene as just a part in the journey. I don't know why it seems like such an essential like piece.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I like that sort of style of thing. I can't think of, because I didn't really start to get inspired on like music or I did get inspired by like other stuff. Well, I guess I did, but like I wasn't making music as early as like you started drawing. Or at least not stuff that like I have saved. So it's just like, cuz I only started doing this whole thing like regularly, it hasn't been that long. When I look back on it, it's crazy. Like I've always been doing music, but like really, like I started creating stuff back in like 2019.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy to think about that.
Insane.
It hasn't been that long. But yeah, it's just like because like I didn't have the patience for it. Like aside from that, it's just like all I would do in GarageBand is like I would do the easiest thing, and that would be I would go into GarageBand, I would turn the auto-tune all the way up, and I would beatbox and make noises. Because I just
that's a start. You think like I was making like actually good stuff when I was little? Like
that's fair. It's just like, and I guess
it's sort of, I guess, getting it ingrained into your head.
Yeah.
That this is something you enjoy.
Yeah, I think beatboxing was probably the first like real start to that. Because I was just like,
yeah, you know, it's not. I can't imagine most music producers are like 2 and they go onto like FL Studio.
Yeah.
And like actually, I think it's more like, you know, like you did, like you were inspired by like music that you like.
Yeah.
And you wanted to somehow recreate that, you did it however you could.
When I think of producers, though, I also just think of musicians. So I think of like, you know, I didn't really pick up an instrument at a young age. I was a singer first.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like that's kind of another thing I sort of think about. It's just like, you know,
yeah, that's fair.
Playing the piano. Part of me wishes I would have done that. My sister learned piano at a young age because she expressed interest, but like I don't know, for whatever reason I never expressed interest in it. But like I don't know. I guess looking back on it, I wish I did, but also I clearly wasn't interested in it. So like I probably would have not enjoyed it because I wouldn't have been like naturally drawn to it, I guess.
Yeah,
so I think it's good that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah. Works out in the end.
I do have memories way back in the day of a couple times I would go on GarageBand in the computer lab at my elementary school, and I would put all of the loops together, and I would make that and play it, and people would be like, "You made this?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Aw, yeah.
I think that's probably where the beginning of like that all started, where it's just like, this is fun.
This is fun.
This is funny. But yeah, that sort of I think Mega Man though was what sort of got me started into like what inspired like what kind of music. It's funny because like I didn't develop a taste in music until like high school, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could.
I still don't have a taste in music.
Yeah, you like game soundtracks. That counts as a taste in music.
I mean, I do. Like, there's things I like, but I can't really narrow in on why I like them. And I think my biggest problem is I don't, what do you call it? I kind of just enjoy whatever's put in front of me, and I don't go out of my way to look for music.
That's fair. Yeah, I definitely was the same way. I would just sort of listen to. I guess I did have a taste in music in like middle school. I got really into like dubstep and like electronic because that was getting like pretty popular. Like Skrillex was just becoming a thing. But like for the most part at the beginning, all I really listened to was the Mega Man 10 soundtrack, just over and over again. And like that was just it. And you know, that was the music. And like I grew up around like a bunch of other type of music. Just because my dad would just like play music in our stereo with all the CDs we had. The one I remember the most, besides They Might Be Giants, which I love those guys to death. They're great. Was the Austin Powers soundtrack. I can't remember which one it was, but there was a particular song in that I just loved to death. But yeah, no, it's just like I started. And you know what? The funny thing was, I feel like I probably would have liked rap early on if I got more into it. But my introduction to quote unquote rap music was Epic Rap Battles of History. I feel so ashamed to say that, but it's just like
Listen, you know what? I've been thinking about this a lot. Working retail, which is what I do right now. You see a lot of
you do Old Spice. What are you talking about?
That also I'm in a tough spot right now.
Where you have to work like 3 jobs at the same time.
Yeah. But you end up looking at a lot of cringy children's products when you're there, and I feel like I thought this before working at Target, but I feel, or I mean working retail, but
You doxed yourself.
Yeah.
Find him.
But I feel like the cringier the things you are into as a little kid, the like better taste you'll have down the line, because you get all the cringy stuff out of your system. But I don't know how true that actually is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's kind of how I see it.
I don't know if that correlates, because
like, I feel like if your parents like are like, no, don't look at that, or like, oh, you can't look at that, it's cringy, which I feel like.
Dude, if parents said that, it would be so funny. Stop watching cringe.
I've heard that cringe is actually a fairly old word, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, but just imagining like.
No, like in the way we use it today.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's cringe. Like that's something they could actually say back then. But my point is like, I feel like parents sometimes try to dictate what their kids are into.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's like, if you don't let them be what they want to be into when they're little, then like it doesn't, like, then they just want to be into it later in their life, or similar things that are like.
That's a valid point. That's I guess that's that's a good point, actually. I was gonna say that seems like almost a form of like stunting your kids' maturity, too, of just like not letting them sort of. But also, like, to be fair, like, your kid could also get into like my young cousin right now. She has like YouTube Kids or whatever, but she still finds her way to creepypastas. She was telling me, did I tell you how she was telling me about Sonic EXE? And she's like
I'm glad that Sonic EXE is still a thing kids can be scared of.
I was really surprised.
Today.
I just get more cringe with age for the no, I feel that. That's the thing, Ray.
That's true.
I feel like I probably would be the same way, but the thing is I just care less and less. So like.
Yeah, no, listen, we still have cringy taste, but
we have Chuck E. Cheese on the table right now.
Yeah.
We're in Minecraft.
Listen, we cherry pick the cringe we're into, and we're proud of it now.
That's the thing. Is just like calling it cringe is. I feel like at this point, it's almost like calling it. It's replaced the word guilty pleasure. It's like.
Kinda, yeah.
Like we feel like we should be ashamed to like this thing, so we call it cringe to soften the blow.
Yeah.
To make ourselves seem more self-aware, but it's just like why not just like things? But what I was gonna say, so it's just like it's when, her and I like she's like, I think she's like 5 now. She's young. She's starting like I can't remember if it's first grade or like whatever. But yeah, we were in the car because we were taking a break from. Like myself and a bunch of other of her family, they invited me all to go berry picking, and
you're gonna say like berry bodies or something.
They invited me. It's a fun it's a fun activity. Yeah, my extended family is a little strange, but she was just like we were chilling in like the car. She's like, we have to close the door. So she said Sonic EXE in like a really like, it's like a child can't pronounce things sort of way, but I was able to make it out. But I needed to double take to make sure I heard her right. I'm like, what? She's like, you have to hide because he's really fast, but I can talk to him. He's my friend. I'm like, okay, that's good. And it was a really fun moment too, though, because it's just like it was one of those cases where it's like a kid says something like totally weird, but you know what they're talking about, so you can play along properly.
Yeah.
So she was ecstatic of like what was going on. It was great, but I was also so like baffled that like that stuff is still around. Like I have not.
Yeah, that's funny.
I've not heard people talk about creepypasta stuff for years. It's funny, once I stopped being into it, nobody talked about it anymore. Like I was the last person who was into it. But I know it's still like the guys still all the big channels still do like narrations and stuff. So it's just like, it's not like a dead thing, but it's it's not as popular as it used to be, clearly. That was definitely a big phase for me in middle school. I loved creepypasta.
I didn't ever get into that stuff. I wish I did. I like not so much creepypasta, but just like kind of creepy internet culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
SCPs
no,
and stuff.
I definitely wasn't as deep into it as some other people. Just because I wasn't quite old enough yet. I also I didn't really take the time to explore the internet because I had a Mac, and so I feel like when you have a Windows computer, like I don't know, or at least that's how it was for me. It's just like I was able to find weird websites easier. Maybe it's because I got a Windows computer like later on, but like in the house we had a Mac, and also it's just like I got into YouTube really early on. So like a majority of the internet stuff I didn't know there was like other sites besides YouTube for the longest time. That and like Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Because like I stumbled upon like Ben 10 completely like by accident. It was so weird actually. The Cartoon Network page for Ben 10, like I typed something. I think.
Wait, real quick for context, you are in love with Ben 10.
Oh yeah,
IRL.
for context, I have a like super fanboy obsession with Ben 10 still now, and I do not regret it. It's really cool.
It's awesome. I never watched it as a kid. And you showed me some of the beginning episodes, and it was actually really good. I really liked it.
I've been waiting until we're all free so we can all watch it again, because like I really want to like show it to you guys more, because I'm really glad you guys like it. But anyway, yeah, I was like, I think what it was is I was just typing random things in the search bar, and then it just took me to,
wow.
I know, that must have been what it was, because I didn't know how to spell like properly.
Wow.
I just like I had to memorize how to spell Ben 10. I was just like pressing things on the keyboard.
Crazy.
And then it just took me that. And this was back like old. I don't know if you ever went on the Cartoon Network page like back when it was like the old Cartoon Network page back in the
I think
day.
I did.
Newgrounds is where I was at. Salad Fingers. Oh man, yeah, Newgrounds. I saw some of Newgrounds back in the day, but I never went to like the site itself.
I wish I were. You know, I'm glad I wasn't part of Newgrounds as a little kid, but I'm glad I could be part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like
Newgrounds is cool.
Newgrounds is pretty cool. I saw all of the animations on YouTube because people were uploading them there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I discovered it completely by accident. And the old Cartoon Network site, they would play the intro, the theme songs of the things on like the homepage. So it played this. I just see this kid, and I go through the list, and I see all these like weird creatures. I'm like, what is this? This is so cool. I don't even know how I like found my way to watching Ben 10, like, because again, we didn't have cable. The younger Ben 10 was better than the age skip, I feel. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm one of those people who is just like, except for like the reboot, I like all of what was put out for Ben 10. Even now, like looking back on it, each series has like a different thing to like about it. Like Ben 10 Classic has like some serious but like still cartoon elements. Like it's clearly like a kids show, but it's a weirdly mature kids show.
Yeah, it's like it feels like it's actually has a plot that's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, Alien Force was like it's trying to kind of figure itself out because it was a little more serious because he's like older now. And Ultimate Alien gets freaking dark. Like intense stuff happens in Ultimate Alien. People die and almost die multiple times. And the Omniverse goes right back to I feel like Omniverse, it's funny because Omniverse is the most cartoony of all of them just because of the art style and like that kind of stuff, but it's the most lore heavy. It takes like whereas Alien Force and like Ultimate Alien kind of reference lore in the past, Alien Force takes everything from all three series, or not Alien Force, Omniverse takes everything from all three series and puts it all into one, hence the name Omniverse. Like the amount of like it's what Teen Titans Go should have been. Because you could tell the people who work on this, like the writers at least, like watched and grew up with Ben 10, or at the very least, like did their research. You know, yeah, it's just like it was good. Anyway, Ben 10. I mean, we're already talking about that, but the original Ben 10 point. What were we even talking about before?
We were talking about like people being into things when you're a little kid and
yeah.
It's cringe or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Oh, you're talking about like creepypastas and stuff too. I cosplayed as Did I ever tell you about? No, it was somebody else. There's this creepypasta character named Tiki Toby.
I was very scared you were gonna say I cosplayed as Jeff the Cube.
No, I cosplayed as this character named Tiki Toby, who's essentially the Deadpool of creepypasta, with how people portray him, even though it's not that at all. But he's this kid who gets like bullied because he has like Tourette syndrome, and he gets pursued by Slender Man, and like Slender Man basically like drives him to madness, and he like goes into the woods and like joins him at the end of his story or whatever. But he has this like condition where he can't feel pain. That was another thing. It was looking back on it now, it's like it's such like it's kind of edgy looking back on it because like he's got like gray skin and like Tourette's and like can't feel pain. So it's just like it reeks of like kind of old edgy OC, but at the same time the character just sort of worked. And so I cosplayed it. I made my own costume of him. It's really bad. Because I didn't even know what color his like thing was because like the person who the artist who wrote the story who made him like drew like different like I don't know I don't think anybody really like could sort of figure out what color his he had like a weird like sweater but there was like a hoodie underneath it but he looked he looked almost kind of his design isn't that much far off to mine actually, because he had a face mat. He had like a faceplate that was like it was just like black and then it was like just like the gray stripes that sort of like shortened lengthwise to look like a smile, and they had like these like yellow goggles and like. It's a creative design for sure, but like yeah, I couldn't figure out what color It was, so I just went with like green, and it turns out it was like a brownish color, but like the lighting, they drew the character and it looked like green, and of course I didn't know until after I'd made the costume that it was that color. But I did that, and then it was a striped thing, and I couldn't find like a striped, because it was also like a turtleneck, I think, so I couldn't find like a striped green turtleneck. So what I did was I cut out from like a shirt like gray strips of fabric, and I sewed them onto the shirt to make stripes. And I did not know how to sew properly, so they looked awful. But it was like, I was 12, so it's just like, what do you want? The face mask part I remember actually coming out pretty well, and then the hood I took from like a detachable rain jacket, and I put that on. And people recognized my costume. I got approached, and like back when like hugging people randomly was acceptable at conventions, like two different occasions. Well, one of them asked, but the other one, like, freaking, yeah, I got like a 2-person harem that day. And it was the defining moment of my character arc.
That's funny.
But I also got to meet some people who were doing like a creepypasta comic at the time, which was really cool. I messaged them on DeviantArt, and I was just like, cause that's like, that was the thing at the time. I would upload cosplays, and like when I was like trying to get into drawing, I would upload those on like DeviantArt too. And I talked to them. I'm just like, oh my god, you guys are StarCon? Just like, yeah. I can't remember like how it started, but they were just like, yeah, come, like you can meet at like the entrance or whatever. And I met them. And I was like so nervous, because I'm pretty sure at the time, I don't know how old they are now, but I'm sure they were like almost in their 20s. And I'm just like, this 12-year-old kid. I don't think they expected. I don't know if they expected, because I remember when I came up to them, they were kind of like surprised at first, because they didn't expect, like, because one of them gave me their phone number so we could coordinate like meeting. It's this 12-year-old kid came up, but they were super nice, and like we took a picture together, and I saw them at the convention like a bunch of other years at that point, but like I didn't know it was them until after I would like see either on like their Twitter or whatever, be like, oh, they were cosplaying as them. I didn't get the chance to say hi, and one of them has moved away, and I was kind of bummed about that. Like the most recent year I went, they cosplayed as Roadhog and Junkrat, and I was bummed I didn't get to say hi, but yeah, no, creepypasta, that was my bread and butter back then.
Yeah. What were we? Oh man. Okay, wait. So
it started.
I feel like there was something I wanted to say about like, being into things as a kid. Yeah, I already said the thing about it, like, getting through your cringe as a little kid.
Yeah.
It was something else I feel. Now I can't remember.
What do you feel?
I feel joy.
I feel anger towards you.
I
had another question that was kind of similar that I was gonna ask. What about your favorite?
Oh, you know what? It was about what media inspired you.
That's a good one.
But like as a little kid, you looking back, you realize it inspired you, and honestly, I kind of feel like, man. I almost want to say nothing really. I didn't really have solid inspirations
Everything was
until
boring forever.
until like, God, maybe not even high school. I didn't have inspirations that were that strong. Like I did have inspirations, but they were far from what I'm inspired by now. Like I went from like Dark Souls and like fantasy and Broken Kingdoms edginess to like bright colors, hyper expressive.
Yeah, you kind of did take a leap, because I when you and I met, you were still kind of in that phase a bit too, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I was through all of high school, really.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the last year, but
you didn't
like
really get, I mean, until we like graduated, probably.
Maybe it might be. It's hard to say when I really started getting into that. It really might have been over the summer of our last year in high school.
Mm-hmm. Which was so long ago now, because we're so old.
It was so long ago.
Yeah. I'm like a bajillion years old now, and you're like,
Yeah, we're like 500 billion years old.
yeah, you're 72.
Shit, we've got.
Sorry for exposing your birthday.
We've still got so much ahead of us.
It's true. We become gods a second time.
We have.
We did do that.
I didn't even mean like that.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say. It's funny looking back on it. When I was, so as you know, but they do not know. I'd like to do more of it now, but in my youth I dabbled in voice acting pretty heavily. I was very into it, and I wanted to make a career out of it.
Can I just show you real quick? I just realized the backdrop isn't an actual photo; it's 3D.
Yeah, well, no, it is a photo.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
The backdrop?
It's a picture I took.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is like it's a 3D picture, yes, but it's like. Oh,
Well, my point is, it's not a photo.
You thought it was real.
I thought it was real
Yeah,
because
gotcha. With the tennis ball chairs.
Yeah.
But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was pretty heavily into voice acting in my youth. And what was funny is like I was always kind of into doing like voice and stuff. I really early on, we had this tape recorder, and I just had a bit. I have a memory of myself saying Ben 10 lines that I remembered that like different characters would say into the voice into the tape recorder. And so I guess I kind of like always did that. And I definitely picked up doing funny voices from my dad because he does them a lot. I do them a lot more, and I sometimes get him like riled up into doing funny voices. But he's definitely the one who got me inspired too. My mom to an extent too, but my dad's always been kind of more of the, funny. I was gonna say caricature, like somebody created my dad. I guess somebody did create my dad, but not in that way. I was gonna say though, what would you say was your favorite movie when you were in like I want to say like like middle school? Well, let's kind of like go up the chain.
That's the thing. I've never really been into movies that much as a just growing up in general.
Is you exposed to a lot of films?
Well, I just never went out of my way to watch them. But
fair.
I mean, just media in general. I say we can maybe just expand it to media that influenced us in general.
Yeah, that's probably a
like
safe bet.
game shows, and
did you
movies,
were inspired by The
etc.
Price is Right?
I was inspired by
actually?
Family Feud. No,
Oh, okay.
I wish.
Wait,
okay, when I was in middle school.
What do you mean by game shows? Like video game shows?
That was a joke.
Oh, okay. You were saying it so like your tone didn't change.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
You fooled me. Olary, you sly dog. Continue.
In middle school, that's the thing. I was not like it. I kind of was not drawing at that point because video games had kind of just taken over my life as like I just enjoy these too much and I don't want to do anything else.
That's fair. I was definitely the same way.
But yeah, so I mean, okay, favorite games when I was a little kid. Oh, I don't remember anything I played as a kid.
Really, nothing? What kind of consoles did you have as a kid, or did you?
That's the thing. I just had a DS for the most part.
Your funny voices are good, Ray. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was really kind of like my YouTube and like internet media kind of phase, as unextensive as it was. And I don't even remember that much I was into. That I guess that was the point in my life. They say you have that point where you just have like, you have a point where you just like everything's a blur that you don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe that was that point for me though. That's kind of late for that.
Elementary school was definitely that for me. I feel like, but also like I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of people recalling the points when they became conscious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought I knew when mine was, but like looking back on it, I'm wondering if that's really true. And the moment I became conscious, I think, was like I was lying on my floor. I was looking at a little wooden train that I had, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna remember this moment.
Oh.
And yeah, and I was just like, I was really sleepy, and it's just like, I think that's
I don't think I could zero in on any moment like that.
I don't.
That's cool.
That's just my earliest memory that I have. Maybe that wasn't the point where my brain turned on, because I do have like memories that could have been even farther back than that. I don't know. That also reminds me of how I would pretend to be dead in my living room. I would be like, for some reason, I don't know where I got the idea, but I thought that dead people had to have their tongues out, and that signified a dead person.
Oh, well, that's just like that is like a trope in media, but yeah.
The dead people trope. But I would just
dead people stereotype.
Dead people. What was it? TVtropes.com. There was there was just like different instances where I would just like lie on my living room floor with my tongue out, just pretend I was dead.
I can see that. I feel like I would do things like that.
I didn't even like. It's not like I called anybody into my room though. I just into the room. Just be like, I'll wait for them.
Yeah. If I wait long enough, they'll think I'm dead.
They won't know. Did you ever try to run away as a kid?
Yeah. Or no, I said I was going to, and then I got like 2 feet on the driveway and then just came back.
I did it, I think, 2 times, and it was like recently. No, sorry.
Recently?
I don't even live with my parents anymore. But like, friggin' no, they were 2 like they were like recent in terms of like they were close together in terms of when they happened when I was a kid. I can't remember what stopped me the first time, but the second time, my parents were just like like okay, and they were just kind of sitting, like just sitting next to each other. Like I think like my dad had his arm around my mom, and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" And he's like, "We're just loving on each other." And I'm just like, "Okay, I'll stay. Just try not to make it any harder than it is." Which was a quote from Bakugan, by the way. Because I guess I was into that at the time.
I see.
I've never told anybody that before.
That's fucked up. You just told the whole world when they look back on this.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
In the Echikun archives.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll know that I quoted Bakugan when I was a kid.
Yeah. A fate worse than death.
Dude was into Bakugan Krunk, not Pokemon. Anyway, what? There was a point to this that derailed.
You were running away, and
no,
you made a funny
before
quote.
That.
We were talking about like earliest memories and all that.
Even before that, it was like what we were into.
Yeah, I mean, there was the point where I was like, like, you know, everything blurred together. I don't really remember what I was into.
Yeah.
Was it about YouTube culture? Okay, no.
No, not YouTube culture, but it was just like about like stuff blurring together. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. That's the thing. For the most part, the only show I was really like into was always like Ben 10.
Yeah.
And then like Bakugan came around, and I was like super into that. I was always into like, it's funny because I was always into like the fads. I think it's because I was held back a grade. But it was just like the fads that I was into were always like once too late. Like when I was into Bakugan.
Oh yeah.
No one else was in Bakugan, and then the next year.
I was kind of like that with the devices. I had like when everyone had an iPad, I still had when everyone had a DS, I had nothing, and then I got a DS, and everyone got an iPad, and then I got an iPad, and everybody got a phone.
I never had a video game console of my own until I was 12.
I didn't get my DS till I was 10, I think.
I didn't get a phone until I was like 13.
I don't think I got one till high school.
Yeah.
I didn't need one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't really need one. Honestly, I think I would have been better off if I didn't get a phone, because like I was better at I feel like I was better at like getting together little like social events or whatever with people without a phone. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it now. I've been thinking to myself, I'm not very good at making friends. Like, that's not like a self like deprecation thing. That's just like I realized that. I'm just like I think of like, how do you make friends? And I'm just like, I don't really know, you know.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
I think that's because when I don't know, like the first people I was like quote unquote friends with was just the people that the kids of the parents my parents were friends with. So just like I'm really laying it out on the table in this stream. This is like an origin story. But anyway, yeah, it's just like I was into Pokemon for a bit, but none of the kids in my school were, and then all the kids got into Pokemon. I'm like, I gotta get Pokemon, but none of us actually ever played it. We just sort of had them. Beyblades, did Beyblades a bunch. The first Beyblade match I had, my Beyblade's like spinny like tip part got shredded by another Beyblade into 3 parts.
Oh my god!
And I cried. And I came back with a new one. It was my redemption arc, and I beat him. I was so proud. And then there was like a point where like kids were like trading parts. You make friends by talking about cats for sure. That's a good idea. I think I've definitely made like, I wouldn't call them friends, but I've definitely like I was earning people's trust is a weird way to put it too, though. I've made let's say like acquaintances or like work friends through talking about cats for sure.
Yeah, or just like even go beyond that, just talking about media you like.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
They're just finding things to relate with.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's just like I guess to an extent it's just like I don't know. It's just like when you're into like weeb stuff, that's not like even though it's become way more like mainstream, it's like not as many people are into that even now.
I feel like, I don't know, whenever I kind of want to stop relying on that to find people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it usually they don't turn out to be people I enjoy being around.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, that's a tough thing.
Or just not so much weeb stuff specifically, though maybe to an extent it is that, but just like the idea of getting along with someone because of media and not because your personalities actually work. Thankfully, we're both, and makes for a good dynamic.
It does. The dynamic duo, Batman and Robin.
I really, sometimes I'm amazed that we're friends, because it really was a total like chance that we're
I know
friends. Like it's just like one interaction.
We both met falling out of an airplane.
We did. You were
77.
While I was making Old Spice, you were like, I don't know what you were doing. You were doing some crazy stuff though. Do you want to elaborate more?
Yeah, so like as we were falling, I see like a bunch of like prototype Old Spice sticks falling out of this guy's backpack. I'm like, what the heck? And so I swim through the air over to him. And I make sure to take all my Legos because I was building Legos in midair as I was falling.
Oh yeah, you were the inventor of Legos.
I was, yeah. Well, no, I would co-inventor. I don't like to take the credit. I was the face. But really, you know, Mr. Lay deserves more of the credit because he was the mastermind behind the whole thing. So yeah, so it's like I was on a business trip though, because Mr. Lay had some other stuff to attend to. And so I see this guy, and I swim over. I'm just like, hey there, what's you got in your backpack? He's just like, he didn't know how to speak English. He spoke Gaelic.
I spoke Latin.
He spoke Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of your Pig Latin?
No, it's been too long. Too many years.
I've actually learned some Pig Latin. Do you want to hear some?
Yes.
Ask me to say something and I'll say it.
Ask me to say something and I'll say it. Good job. Wow. It's all coming back to me. Wow.
It's like the scene in Chicken Little where they have to
does that happen?
They have to recite the alphabet in mutton. And they just everything is just ba. That's the joke.
That's pretty good.
What were we even talking about?
What were we talking about?
We keep going on different tangents. I'm currently switching out our
Oh yeah, it was. We were. The last thing we were talking about is how we met.
Yeah, well, no, it's something before that. No,
Oh,
I don't
man,
think
I don't
maybe we
know.
weren't. Hold on, I'm gonna remove your. For now, I'm gonna put these backstage, but I'm gonna ask you to remove your, Edgecune custom glasses.
What?
I'm sorry,
But I love them.
I have something else for you.
Okay.
Uh,
It better be good.
it's not.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Let's get you some. Cause I said we're the dynamic duo, so I got you a Robin mask. I got me a Batman mask.
Let's go.
I was gonna say, let's not do that. I can't put them on both of your eyes. There.
Yeah, because I only have one, my guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Much like the Neanderthal of the Ice Age, TheAllSeeingHat Olary Spici-ous is a Cyclops.
Well, it's more like, no, that's not what it is. It's just however I draw myself, that's how I become in real life. So you can only see me from the profile view.
It's like the Adam Sandler movie.
Is that a thing?
Where they talk about I mean, it's really the biggest stretch you could possibly make. Where the kids tell where he tells the kids the bedtime story and it becomes real.
That sounds familiar. Weirdly.
And the Abraham Lincoln penny goes down, and Abraham Lincoln's on the boardwalk, but he doesn't see him.
I see.
And they play up that scene like it's really scary, like he's gonna meet Abraham Lincoln. It's gonna be really like a traumatic experience for him. Do you look at the Batman mask?
Let's see. Whoa, that looks good.
It doesn't look too bad until I move it. Like, it looks fine.
Oh yeah, that's how it always is.
That's life, I guess.
That's life.
I wish I could flip things. Maybe I can. Let's see. No. We'll make her into a toy.
We'll make her into a toy.
Can we? Okay, there's two things I want to talk about. And one I'm pretty sure I already talked about it with you. About with Rugrats in Paris.
Okay, yes, I still haven't watched it.
The plot, right? Did I tell you about the plot? How they go to Reptar World in Paris?
Yes.
And because Stu needs to fix the robot he designed this, and there's a whole world. Did he design Reptar as well? Like, is that the whole? Because if that's so, why is he living such a modest life when he should be a billionaire?
I don't know.
Anyways, that's my other.
The middleman. I don't know.
My other gripe is Scooby Snacks. So Scooby-Doo, it's not like he's world famous because people in the series, let's say, within the Scooby-Doo universe, he's not like this world famous dog, or at least for the most part. During in this context, during What's New Scooby-Doo, because whenever people see them, they don't know who they are. But there's a scene in, I think, the one where they go to France, where Scooby Snacks are in a vending machine. And that also begs the question, Scooby Snacks are sold other places.
Oh yeah, there's a Scooby Snack Factory episode, isn't there?
Is he named after the snacks? Yeah, right? Right? Because... Maybe...
Okay, do you think they like... Okay, here's my headcanon. They homemade the Scooby Snacks at first for Scooby. And then eventually they got so big that they like made some deals and they had a whole they like.
But that's the Stu Pickles conundrum again. Why are they living a life in a van?
I don't know, bro. Well, they're not living in the van. They just go around in the van.
It's true. How do they afford staying? Do they get paid to solve the mysteries though? How do they afford to stay and travel the world and stuff?
Well, it's Scooby Snacks, my guy.
That's actually a good point. The reason why they're able to do what they're able to do is because of the
that's such a like
the Scooby Snack paychecks.
That ruins it somehow.
No, it's like it makes sense to something that you really have no business thinking about. Which is how they're able to do this. It's like it's one of those cartoon things where I find myself when I'm making like fictional stuff, like writing stuff, I always think about like, okay, but should I explain this? But then I think like in the context of cartoons and stuff, there's always a certain line where it's just like people are just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. where they don't question
I think
because
I
it's
think
fiction.
there's like a fun in that, just like, especially when it comes to like the logic of like superpowers and stuff. Like if there was, maybe there is later, but like I feel like if there was an actual explanation that made sense behind like how Ben 10 transforms, other than just its alien tech. I feel like that would kind of take away from the mysticism of it and make it less fun.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much the best explanation. It's just alien technology. He turned, and this isn't a spoiler, but the whole reason why it was really created was it was created as not as a weapon, but a tool to kind of learn what it's like to live lives as different species throughout the galaxy.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so just a way so people could understand each other. And so that was the whole. That's
really nice. I like that a
lot. It was made with good intentions. It just was, Vilgax wanted it, or he wants it, and he wants to. You remember Vilgax, right?
Okay, here's a question. If that's the case, why are they all like amazing at fighting then?
Well, they're not. It's just like they all have like you know how humans have their intellect and like, you know, scorpions have a stinger tail. It's just like forearms, Tetraman, that's a species, are all just really strong. And Petrosapiens, it's Diamond Head, can just do that. You know, it's just like it's not it's pretty much like that. It's not so much that they're good at fighting. It's just like, and there is a scene that kind of implies that Ben trains like off screen with his aliens. Because like otherwise it would make sense, like the first time we see Upgrade in the episode with the old people, that's the first time turning into him, but he doesn't be like, whoa, this guy. He just kind of knows how to use him. Which I don't. That scene bugs me because the ice cream shop man is right there and he doesn't question the fact that the child just turned into living technology.
That man. Now I'm thinking about that scene where the girl, I forget her name, is like, do you have anything that's gluten-free? And the guy's like, napkins.
Napkins. Yeah, that line is like really funny.
It's so clever. I love it.
Yeah, do you have anything that's like dairy-free, gluten-free, like non-fat and 0% sugar? The guy just goes, napkins. It's true. Yeah,
it's not that great. He just goes, napkins. He's like, get out.
No, but it's funny if you imagine him yelling. I didn't get that joke because I didn't understand what he said at first when I was a kid, and like, yeah, hearing that again, I'm just like, that's a good joke.
It's a really good joke.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch more of that series.
Too.
Again for like the 10th time. But yeah. I was gonna say something though before we've been going off on like one tangent.
It's fun. I like this so far.
I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, but I'm just like, I had a question though. I was gonna ask it. I think it really just pertained to what the same question we've been asking. That's just like your inspirations through like different points in your life. I was gonna say in middle school, as well as like getting into dubstep, back when I was a brony, I think that was also an entrance to EDM for me because like there's a lot of brony musicians that were like EDM people, but like it was weird. I would listen to that was around the time too I got into like a lot of music where I would and this is kind of how I enjoy music too, is like come up with like a story in my head, and I was thinking of just like, I gotta make animations of these, not like so like blissfully ignorant, not like barely being able to draw, just thinking I can just make an animation of this thing I have in my head. But like my brain got like a backlog of like, I need to make an animation of this and this, and then I got older, I'm just like, what was I thinking? You know, it's just like, if my hand didn't cramp up every time I held a pencil for more than 20 seconds, I would totally commit to drawing more.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's another reason you didn't get as much into drawing.
Oh yeah, well it's like, yeah, that's the thing. I was super into drawing. I drew a lot when I was a kid.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I have a bunch of old notebooks I can show you of like it was all Ben 10 and Mega Man. But it's just like, yeah, I have a bunch of those. I just never, back when I kind of got the age where like you would sort of want to get better at it, right? You would want your art to look better. I realized I'm like, my hand hurts when I do this.
Yeah, I definitely used to be like that. Like, I actually, when I hold a pencil, this still happens. Not so much with a stylus. I'm pretty, uh, thankfully with drawing digital, you don't have to press very hard. But like when I use a regular pencil and write, I grip it so tightly you could see an imprint of where the pencil was on my finger when it's done, which is that's not too abnormal, I'd say.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if because I have a certain pressure that I do it with. I'm wondering if it's like actually really hard, but I've just gotten so used to it. I definitely tend to grip it too tightly sometimes because I don't grip it correctly. And they tried a lot when I was young to fix that, and it did not work. I just sort of defaulted to my own way of doing it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's something where it's just like I was required to write less and less, and I'm just like, okay, you can type everything now. It's like, it's fine. The only regret is I could never write a bar about picking up a pen and writing lyrics because I don't write my lyrics by hand. But that's my one regret in life. We're getting close to the 2-hour mark, and I'm real hungry.
Wow, really? Time flies.
Yeah, we started at 3.
Wow, yeah, it's
4:32, and I am really hungry. So I think let's end the stream here for today. But this was nice. This was nice.
This was very fun. I liked this a lot.
I'm glad we had you on.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And yeah, again, everybody, please go check out TheAllSeeingHat on Twitter. Again, his Twitter link is in the description. And check out Center of the Universe.
Yeah, check out at SenUniOCT on Twitter. It's really fun.
Do you have a link to that in your like Twitter bio or something?
No. Oh. You could probably
my
pinned tweet isn't anything related to SenUni anymore.
You can find it though if you go to his Twitter.
Yeah, if you find one of the
just look up Center of the Universe on.
Yeah, that'll probably
Twitter
be enough
well.
if you're interested.
You'll find it. And if you're not, look it up anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you don't, we'll find you.
Well, and we'll bring the Chuck E. Cheese band too.
Yes.
Really, you've been held at gunpoint this entire time.
Yeah, it's been very stressful. I will not please send help.
Please send Uni.
Yeah, please send Uni.
But anyway, once I can figure out how to make a new stream schedule without Photoshop, the next stream schedule should be up hopefully by today. So yeah, thank you everyone who stopped by or is still here. Have a great rest of your afternoon, night, or morning, whatever time it may be. Jane.
Bye bye, Jane.